Hi everyone, this is Level Up Land. This is a game I made and released in 2016, and I am going to play through it and explain all the little things that I've done in it and all the big things I've done in it, and just talk about the game as a whole, I guess. Anyway, let's get started. Oh, hold on. I have to click on the window to make it active. Right, new game. So, here we are at the start of the game, and I will explain how everything works. Now, when you start up the game, as you can see, this little bit in the corner is highlighted to tell you the controls, and that's going to be there the whole time. So, we can move around. As you can see, this bit in the middle here, this is our character, and we are moving around in this world, and we have our little frame of reference here. This is our line of sight, how far we can see. And around the screen we have bits of information, such as at the top here we have our health and our shield. I'll go into detail about how they work in a moment. So health, 30 out of 30, it means the 30 is the max, and shield, 500 out of 500, and yeah, so the grey numbers are the maximum that it currently is, and the white numbers is the current amount that you have. And these little things here are the bars, which they look very small now, but as you will see over time that will change. In the right panel here we have all our basic information about what's going on. So our location is we're in the field, and the terrain we're on the pier. So this little thing that was put on here is the pier, and I say the pier because there is only one, and as you can see the blue bits here are water. We have our effects, so these are kind of like status effects in the game. They're all blank now because none of them have been discovered and none of them are active. And we have one mission, kill a dragon. And we have our controls, and we have our little timer here. So, if I press X to open the menu, this takes us to the left panel, which is where we will be doing all our menu things. So, first of all, we've got spells, and this little arrow here means that leads you to a sub-menu. So if I go into spells, as you can see here, I've got no spells at all. I can scroll through, and there's nothing there. Save. You can save your game there, but you can only save when you're on the pier, and it says that, if you might have noticed at the bottom of the screen here, this little bit here is like a tooltip. So save your progress, will override any previous save data, only available at the pier. So save. Right. Claim victory. So once you've slain a dragon, and you can come back to the pier and you claim victory, and that is you having won the game. Challenges I'll come to in a moment. We've got some settings here, so you can change the controls very minimally, but you can. You can turn the music on and off. You can turn sound effects on and off, and colorblind mode. So there's actually some distinction between the different tiles here if you can't distinguish between the colours. I'm doing this with one hand because I'm moving my mouse cursor with the other. Let's turn that off. Right. Information. So this is the basic level of tutorial. So at first we have 3 pages of story. This is like an introduction to the game. A blank one, which you have to complete the game to unlock the final part of the story, and we have some bits of information there. And then you have exit, which is basically to quit the game and reload and all that. So this tells us what is going on, so let's have a look at the story first of all. So, as a tribute to RPGs, Channel 417 launched the brand new game show Level Up Land. In Level Up Land, contestants must find and kill a dragon. Along the way, contestants will be fighting a range of RPG enemies, whilst collecting and casting good old RPG spells. After many have failed, today's lucky contestant is Levi Looper, who is you. Will the mystery grand prize finally be won? And we'll find that out once we've completed the game. Right, so I will be going through these as I play through the game, but just to quickly run through them. Safety zone. So this is basically telling you that the pier at the start of the game is the safety zone, and when you stand on it, your health will fully recover and your shield will fully recover if given this. That's not going to happen unless you're doing a certain challenge, but you will fully recover, and on the pier you can save. So you'll be coming back to the pier periodically quite a lot throughout this game. Now the battle charger talks about how you will be acting in battle, because it's kind of like a turn-based game, but not in the strictest sense. But what happens is you have a bar that will grow across the screen, and a certain portion of that bar you can expend to take an action, so like attacking or casting a spell, for example, and that will reduce the bar by whatever the white section is. So the white segment will be depleted after like a second or so. You can then take another action, but if the bar is too low, then you won't be able to do anything. So basically what that means is that the amount of actions you can take is relative to the amount of time that has passed in the battle, but you can sort of hold back and accumulate turns, so to speak. Now the shield is like an addition to your health. So when enemies attack you, there are exceptions, but generally speaking they will attack your shield over your health. So if you still have some shield, they will attack that. Now if you don't have any shield, or an enemy's attack doesn't touch the shield, it bypasses it, then it will affect your health directly. The difference between the health and the shield is that once you've completed a battle, your shield will fully recover, but your health won't. Now, extracting spells, this is how you acquire your spells in the game. Every enemy has a set of spells that you can extract from them. So you choose the extract command during battle, and there is a chance, up to 30% I believe, that you will extract a spell. Now, what spells you can extract from them and how likely each of those spells is to be extracted depends on the enemy. So a low level enemy is going to give you basic spells, but something towards the end of the game will have a chance of giving you something more out there and more powerful, so to speak. Leveling up. Now the way that leveling up works in this game, to put it basically, it's just your health. So you kill an enemy and your maximum health will increase. So getting experience doesn't increase your strength or anything else like that, or your magic capacity, like magic power or anything like that. It is just your health in this game. To be more specific about how this is calculated, enemies have an experience value which the game doesn't tell you. It falls within a range, so one enemy might give you between, for example, 10,000 and 20,000 experience. So when you kill them, you'll get an amount of experience between those two numbers, and the experience you get is whenever you have experience equal to whatever your max health is, you lose that much experience and your health goes up by 1. So to get from 30 to 31 health, it'll take 30 experience, and then to get from 31 health to 32, it takes 31 experience, if you get what I mean. So the more health you have, the less experience is going to be in effect for you. Now fast scrolling is just a simple means of getting around the menu faster. So you press up and you can press down, but you can press left and right to dart around. Let's skip over quite a few. And the credit is just to say that the game was created by me in Game Maker 8.0. Yes, back in the days of Game Maker 8. Right. So you can take some challenge modes on, but the challenges only work before you've left the pier, and I don't recommend doing any of these unless you've played the game at least once and you want to play through in an additional way. Some of them I don't recommend necessarily in general, but I will show you them. So weak mode, if you turn that on, when your health reaches 300, it won't go any higher than that. So hard mode means that you will get into a battle on every step. Permadeath mode means that you can't save the game until you have completed it. So you have to defeat the dragon and claim victory, and then you can save. So you've got to do it all in one life. Battery mode means that your shield won't recover after battle, so you have to recover it through conventional means besides just that. And a blind mode, if I turn that on, as you can see, if I turn that on and off, you can see my range of sight goes up and down. What that does is, well, aside from reducing your line of sight, it will mean that any enemy that isn't analysed, I will go into analysing soon, you won't be able to see what it is, unless it's a dragon. So it will just say question mark, and it's up to you and your knowledge of the game to determine what that enemy is. So I'll keep those all off. So I think you've got an idea, and I think we should just get straight to the actually playing the game. I am hopefully going to create a file which I will put in the description. I haven't done it yet, so it might not be there. I haven't done it as time of recording, so it might not be there, but in the description I hope to eventually put a link to a file, maybe like a Google Drive file, that will just list everything in the game. So if I vaguely gesture at something, if I say this enemy has this type of spell, you can click on that link and it will tell you exactly the chances. So I'm not going to go into every single detail as I'm playing this game, because that would take too long, unless I actually feel like I should at the time that I'm playing, then I will. But otherwise, that isn't the plan. I'm just going to talk about general strategies and ideas going forward. So let's we'll just save there for no reason because I haven't done anything yet. So the goal is to get spells. As you can see, I've got no spells here. The goal is to get spells and to level up my health and to eventually get strong enough so I can go and kill a dragon. And it's a long process. So at the start we've got this beach and we've got this grassy field here. Now a bit further up we have some caves, and I will be going into those caves later, not just yet, and I will explain the different caves because there's 4 different caves I can go into. What I'm going to do at the start is I'm just going to fight on the beach here, and I've come across an eagle, which is bad news. Eagles are bad news at the start. The way you want to deal with eagles is you want to attack them straight away, because when eagles are at max health they do more damage, and then you just want to run, because at this early stage in the game you don't stand a chance. And if you fail, then I mean, that was my first battle, so it doesn't really matter. It's just set me back 1 battle. Right, so you can fight eagles on here, which I don't want to do. Ah, there I go again. Quite rare, like 20% or something, I think, for eagles on the beach. So I've just been unlucky. So yeah, the run command has a 5% chance of working. So run in this game is very much a case of like a strategic option. It's not one of those things where it's like I can't be bothered to fight in most cases. Right, come on, give me a crab. A robot, right, okay. Now, one particular aspect of the robot is that their health is automatically available. So usually, as you can see on the right side of the screen here, enemy health, you have, as you can see right now, they're at 319, 303, 290 out of a maximum of 512. Now usually you'd have to cast a spell to make that information viable, but with robots they just announce what their health is, so you don't need to do that. And my current goal right now is just to get its health down to single digits, or maybe very low to that. Right, okay, I'm going to try extracting a bit, see if I can get any spells. Keeping an eye on my shield here, because robots can do a wide variety of damage. Right, I'm going to just attack it now and kill it. And that increased my health to 70. So I'm going to save that. You can probably hear my keyboard tapping away there. Crab, good. Right, now this is a bit of a tamer enemy, so I'm going to go through a bit more detail. Actually, I want to extract a bit first. As you can see, I can't see its health. Right, so I extracted my first spell, Repair. So let's go through some of the actions here. I got another spell there. So attack does 10 to 20 damage, and I'm just going to do that now. And like I say, leveling up doesn't increase this value. And as you can see with the crab's attack pattern, it sort of has a crunching effect, like a pincer effect, I suppose. Oh dear. Oh, well that was close. I better go and save. Right, so I've got two spells now. I've got one Repair and one Strike. And spells are persistent. If you get a spell, you will keep it for the rest of the game until you cast it. And each spell you get can be cast one time. So, this is basically like my inventory. So Repair 1. So Repair will recover 100 shield. And of course I can only do that in battle. As long as battery mode isn't on, I can only do that in battle. And Strike is kind of like a more powerful attack. It deals 40 to 50 damage. So it has the same range because the attack is 10 to 20. But because it's a higher amount, the percentage variant is a lot thinner. So that's like a more powerful attack. So we've got some very basic spells there. Right. Now let's see if I can find another crab. Good. Right. So I'm going to just extract from it until my health gets to 300. Got another repair, 2 more repairs. Right, and let's have a look at this. So Analyze has a 60% chance of working, and it will make their health visible. So like with the robot, where the robot's health was visible, if you use Analyze, and if that's successful, then you will get to see what their health is. Very nice. Now you might be asking, what is the purpose of that? How good is that? Well, it can be very good, actually, because it means that in some cases, oh, I'm just going to try and run away from this. Remember, eagles attack them once. Yeah, you have to attack them at least once to get their attack strength down, and I managed to run away. Go try and fight another crab. Good. Let's try and get a few more spells here. Wait till my shield goes down to 300. Attack. I've got 3 analyzers. Right. So, yeah. So you might be asking, how good is it to analyze enemy to see how much health they've got? It can be very good because enemies act very differently in accordance to how much health they've got. Some of them get more powerful when their strength is low, when their health is low, sorry, or when their health is high. Some of them will heal their health over time based on certain conditions. So it's a good surefire way of learning about how the different enemies work. Also, if you want to extract from an enemy for a long time, you can get their health to a very low amount so that you can then safely kill them before moving on, so that you're not risking underestimating how much health they've got left. Right, so now of the spells I've got, the crabs can give me these spells that you've seen here: Repair, Analyze and Strike. Again, I'm not going to go into the exact percentages, it is still pretty low at this point. The robot, which you have seen me fight, just gives me Repair and Analyze, but at a much higher rate. The way that extracting works mathematically in this game is that enemies have 10 spell slots, and when you extract, you have a 3 in 10 chance of hitting a slot, and whatever is in that slot, you get that spell. and slots can be empty. So for example, the robot, and I know this from memory, has 3 slots of repair and 3 slots of analyze, which means that it has a 9% chance of dropping repair when you extract and a 9% chance of giving you an analyze. The crab, I don't remember exactly, but I think it's something like 1 slot of analyze and then 1 slot of strike and 2 slots for repair, I think. I'm not too sure. The eagle can give something else, which I'm not getting just yet. And there is another enemy that you can fight on the grass, called a rat, which is the basic enemy of this game. And they can just give you repair, no, not repair, analyze and strike at low quantities. But what I want to do is I want to go into this cave here. So up and a bit to the left there's a cave, and when you're in the cave, as you can see, your line of sight has dropped by 1 space because it's darker in the cave. And the reason I'm here is that I want to fight bats. Now right, okay. So I'm going to do with the bats is I'm going to attack them until my shield gets to 350. No, oh, never mind. I'm just going to. I got mixed up there. I was thinking of extract. Never mind. I'll just kill this bat. But yeah, you can find bats and rats in this cave. Not many rats, but quite a few bats, and they give quite a bit of health compared to, well, not loads, but at the start of the game it's decent. Bat. Right, I want to extract until I get to I'll try 350, see how that goes. Right, okay, and then I'll attack it. Extracting didn't work. See how high or how low this bat wants to take my shield down to. So I will go over the spells that you can get from bats in a moment, but yeah, I reckon I could go down to about 300. But something specifically about bats is that if they attack your health rather than your shield, they recover a bit of health from it. Aha, and we got Drain. I'll just quickly show you that. So this one deals 30 to 50 damage and it recovers your health by that same amount. So that is your first proper like healing spell that you can get. At least the one that's easy to get. It's not fantastic. It doesn't have much of a lifespan in this game, but for the start of the game, I think it's one of the best spells to go for, at least at this really early spot. So I do recommend fighting these bats early. And I did want to fight some crabs first, just to give myself a little bit of leeway. So that I had a bit more health without needing to use Drain on the bats, because I want to stockpile them, I want to keep them. That's the goal. One thing to look out for is that whenever you're finished doing whatever farming you're actually planning to do, or whatever farming you're in the middle of doing, the issue is getting back to the pier. So when I travel back to the pier, there is a chance that I would run into an eagle or even a wolf, which I haven't gone through yet, and they can just kill you. So you have to be either prepared enough to take them on, which can set you back quite a bit, or you just have to be willing to accept the fact that they might kill you on your way back to the pier. It's all dependent on your own judgment, and that's something I really wanted to highlight with this game. A lot of it is about learning, a lot of it is about coming to terms with how things work, and your knowledge of the game is a very large element of it. Now, rats are like the most basic enemy in the game. They attack very rapidly, but they attack by a very small amount. Right, I'm just going to attack it now. So I'm nearly up to 300 health. Now, there is another exit at the top of this cave here, but I don't want to go there yet. There's some powerful enemies there, and I really don't want to fight them yet. There is one enemy there that you can find which can really help you get some experience early on, but you have to be willing to use quite a few of your spells to get through them, at least at this early stage. So that'd be strikes and drains. So as you can probably see, my health is increasing by smaller amounts every time, because as my health goes up, it takes more experience to increase it. Of course, the way that you would learn that this particular enemy, the bat, increases its health as it attacks your health, is that you would analyze it and you would just observe it through that. So that is a very useful use. That doesn't sound like a good sentence. A useful purpose of the analyze spell. So yeah, I haven't actually used any of my spells yet, but it does look like a bat has actually, or maybe, well, probably not a rat, but it does look like something has damaged my health a bit, because I think I was at 100 something when I came into this cave. Oh, yeah, as you can see there, I let my mind wander and I was extracting for too long. That can happen sometimes. So this is definitely going to hit my health, and it's going to heal itself in the process, which is kind of annoying. I might have to actually use one of my drains. Actually, no, I'll just use a repair. I'd rather use a repair to fix that than one of my drains, and I'm running a bit low, so I'm going to go back to the pier. Thankfully I didn't encounter any eagles. Right, 333 health, and these are my spells. 5 strikes, 5 drains, 3 analyzers and 2 repairs. So I said that there's 4 caves you can go to at this point in the game. From left to right, the one that I went into just then was the second one. On the far left, that is a cave with some very powerful enemies, and I do not recommend going there this early because they will just annihilate you. There's certain spells, if you can extract them, that could be a certain strategy, but I don't think it is worth the time and the risk to even bother trying. That second one, as went through, was the one with the bats. Now, the third and the fourth one, the third one is, so there's the third one there. That is what I would call the fairy cave, because you can only fight fairies there. Right, okay. Let's just attack this guy. Let's see if I can... I might be able to kill this by just attacking. Hopefully I don't need to strike. I'm not going to bother extracting. The eagles do have a spell that I don't have yet, but I'm not currently willing to attempt to get it. So yeah, I can kill an eagle with just attacks, but it takes quite a bit off my health. So I'm going to go back to the pier there. Oh, let's save it. Ah, and another eagle. Fine. Actually, I can extract a bit. I'll extract 1, 2. Nah, didn't get anything. Right, I'll just try attacking it now. Got 2 spaces to get back to the pier, so that should be not too much of an issue. I might have bitten off a bit more than I can chew with that extracting there. Oh. Repair. I think I did. Yeah, I had to use a repair in the end. Right. Yeah, I'll save that. Let's go back to the Bat Cave, as I'm calling it. A lot of places, like the Bat Cave, is just what the enemy is that you find there, plus like the cave, the Bat Cave, the Fairy Cave. There are a few places like that. So I'm going to train here for a little bit. Not sure what milestone I want to reach. But I might soon take a trip into the Fairy Cave, because the fairies are odd, and the fairies are deadly. They can be deadly. Right at the start of the game, they will kill you in a matter of like 2 seconds, because the fairies attack both your health and your shield. And they heal quite a lot, so you have to, if you want to kill them, you have to kill them fast. Which I would probably recommend running from the fairies as opposed to killing them, because they don't offer that much experience. But they do have quite a few decent spells you can get from them, especially at this early stage. Well, no, one of them gets better over time, but I will go through that when I get to it. And regular attacks. So yes, you can get drains and strikes from the bats at quite a decent rate, better than the crabs and the rats, so they've got a higher extraction rate than those, and I would say that drain is generally better than the spells that you can get from those other ones. I would say that drain is probably better than strike. I think it gets a bit worse over time because the healing effect diminishes as you progress through the late stages of the game and you've got more health and enemies are doing more damage, which you will find that quite a lot. There are some spells where their strength grows with you, and there are some spells where their strength is constant and it stays at the level that it is regardless of what strength you're at what point you are at the game. And then some spells will scale with other things that you've got to watch out for. I'm very proud of this game. I will go through it all when I get to it. But I'm not sure what my milestone is here that I'm going for. I think I'll go for once I get to 10 strikes or 10 drains. Oh, and I've done it again. It's alright though, I've got plenty of health. See, that was the benefit of me going back to the pier just then. I risked coming across an eagle and being wiped out from it. or having to use up my spells. But the fact that I managed to do it and my success was that it gives me a bit more leeway to make mistakes like that. Because a lot of this game is risk management and risk calculation. Oh. You might have noticed that the health bar is actually going up as I am increasing my health. Yeah, so there is a lot of risk management in this game. There is a lot of, like, for example, do I go back to the pier? Like, what's this going to be? It's a rat. That's fine. Get an analyze from it. Get a strike. Another strike. Yeah, so I've got 10 strikes and 10 drains. That's okay. So my goal at the moment is I want to get my health up to a certain amount. And I think once I've done that, I will start going to the fairies. So I've just saved, so what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to bother fighting any more bats or anything. I'm going to go straight through the bat cave to the other end, because there's some enemies there that I want to find. Now, on the other side, you can find eagles, which I've gone through before, and I don't want to encounter an eagle. You can fight wolves. You can fight wolves in the first field, but they're like a 1 in 10 chance, but they're more common in this bit up here. I don't want to fight them, but how am I doing for spells? Right, okay. I don't want to come up against a wolf. I want to go up against a falcon. And I'm not going to go over what spells you can extract from them just yet, because I'm not going to be extracting anything. But here we have our new little area, and I just want to show you, see that there? That's a swamp. Don't step on it. Aha! Falcon. Right. Attack. Okay. So. A falcon has around 600 or something HP. It works like an eagle in that you have to attack it first, so that it'll get weaker with its attacks, but also its initial attack also hits your health. So you definitely want to get that in as fast as you can. Right. Now, I'm going to do some draining. As you can see, that gave me quite a bit of health there. What I don't want to do is, I don't want to step in that swamp, because if you step in the swamp, there are other enemies there I don't want to fight, but also swamps hurt you. So it takes, I don't remember the exact number, but it's like in the tens of damage that it will take from you per step in a swamp. So I don't want to go there. I probably shouldn't. Aha, wolf, right. I don't want to fight a wolf, but I will. Sort of my mistake for wandering off a bit too far to show you the swamp, I suppose. And I'm going to repair, because with a wolf, something to note about the wolves. Okay. Something to notice about the wolves is that when they attack you, if the attack hits your shield, they hurt themselves in the process. And again, this is something that you would learn if you analyse them. If you analyse them, you could potentially learn that. So it's good to have repairs. I wouldn't go out of your way to. I don't think you should go out of your way to farm repairs, but you will probably be getting some repairs in the process. And if you do, I would say that that is a good use for them against wolves, because it has more of an effect against them. Having shield has more of an effect against them. Right, so let's go back to the pier. So I'm at 535 health, so now I have more health than I have shield. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a trip to the fairy cave, and fairies are odd because, like I said, they do damage to your health as well as your shield, and I would advise running away from them as opposed to fighting them. In most cases, because they heal themselves over time, they start with, if my memory is correct here, they start with 107 health and they recover a couple of HP or a couple of health every second, and it maxes out at 701. So if you're just stood there extracting, they're going to get really high on that health, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it because it's going to take you longer to get that down because they keep putting it back up. So, oh, what have I got here? A rat. Kill the rat. Let's extract a little bit first. Might not actually be worth extracting from a rat at all, to be honest. But whatever, I'll just give it a go. Didn't get anything from it. Right, so on my way to the fairy cave here. Now, what the plan is to extract a couple times, or extract a few times, and then try to run. That's the plan. I wanted to wait until I had at least a little bit of health before I did this, because they attack your health straight up, and so that means the fight, you've got more of that grace period to run. Right, fairy. Yeah, as you can see there, they're attacking my health as well as my shield. And I'm probably going to die a few times in this cave, but that's just sort of par for the course. Wait till my health gets to 350. Right, and run. I got a heal. Right. So, the fairies are probably going to be your first source of what I'll call proper healing magic. Oh, has to be an eagle, doesn't it? And I'm on 285 health. Can I defeat this by just attacking? I don't want to use my heal. But I will show you. So a heal recovers your health by 100 to 200. So yeah, so Drain, I would say, Drain is a healing spell in that, you know, it does heal you up. Oh, that was close. Now, please don't encounter another eagle on the way back to the pier. Good. Right. Yeah, so heal is just straight up recover 100 to 200, so an average of 150. It's better than a Drain in the sense that it heals a lot more. So it is your first I'm going to use in quotes, proper healing spell, because Drain is sort of like a pseudo healing spell. You have to target an enemy to use it, and you have to use up your damage dealing ability to use it. So you can't actually use it outside of battle, but heal you can. So spells like heal is how you're going to sustain yourself through long journeys away from the pier. I'm going to try that again, see if I can get some more heals or some other healing spells, because there's 3 different types of healing spells you can get from fairies. Right, oh, I got 2 there. And you can extract them at quite a good rate as well. Okay, so I've done good enough. I'm going to... that was a quick run. That was easy. Oh. Eagle? No. Okay. So I've got a couple of heals and I've got a regenerate. That's 2 of the 3 healing spells you can get from fairies. So, like I said, a heal is just a straight up healing by an amount. So as you can see, heal there, recover 100 to 200 health. And regenerate recovers 30 health at the start of every turn or step over the next 10 turns and steps, including the one that you use it on. So if I use that and as I walk or as I take actions in battle, my health will increase by 30 every time. So that heals more than what a heal does, but the issue is that on average about double, because that does 300 and heal does 100 to 200, so an average of 150. So it's double as effective in terms of how much it heals you, but it's a slow burn, so it can't get you out of a quick die situation. It requires a bit more forethought and planning. But there is one more spell you can extract from a fairy, one that is quite rare. I think it's a 3% chance one. I'm not too sure. I think it is a 3% chance. I think heal is 9% and regenerate is 6%, and the other one is 3%, I think. Don't quote me on that. Right. When I get to 400 health. Aha! And I got it! Recover! Okay, please run away. I would go up and show you it, but I'm focusing on running away right now. Running is a 1 in 20 chance, so roughly 1 in every 20 attempts you should run. Of course, there's a chance that you just don't. And my shield's almost down, which means it's going to attack my health. Oh, am I going to have to... Right. No. No, it's not letting me run. Ah, I used up 2 of my health. Probably might not have been worth it now that I think about it. I figured I could use 1 heal and I'd still come out on top from winning that battle. But 2 heals, I'm not sure if it was worth it. Anyway, let's hope I get a recover again so I can show you what it does. Right, I'm going to try running now. Right. Yeah, I am this is one of those cases where I am going to keep going back to the pier and healing and saving between every fight because, you know, it's when my health goes down. Right, okay, let's try a few more extracts. Right, we've got 2 recovers. Right, okay, please run away this time. Very nice. Okay, so recover is an interesting one. Recover is an example of a scaling spell, so its power will increase as you get more powerful. So let's go into the details. Right, so recover, it recovers your health equal to whatever half of your current health is. So if you're on 1000, no, let's say 100 out of 1000 and you use recover, it will heal you by 50. If you're on 2 health, it will recover you by 1. So that's very low, 2 out of 1, and 150 from the 100 is still very low. So what you want to do is you want to sort of save these so that they become a lot more powerful to the point where they just overpower your other spells. So for example, heal. Okay, so heal recovers an average of 150. Let's go with a high value of 200. Let's just assume for now that heal recovers you for 200. I'm being generous. Right, so what that means is that in order for recover to be as good as what heal can be, you need to have 400 health. Now of course at my stage my max is 555, so having 400 health and then using it would still only recover 155. But if say my health is 1000 and I have 500 health, then that gives me 250. So it's very much a scaling spell. And what you can do is, actually let's just quickly go back and save. One thing you can do is you can eventually get to the point where I label these perpetual fights. When an enemy gives you recover, because recover can be really powerful just by a single use, there is an amount of health you can have whereby using recover will heal you enough that the fight can effectively go on forever. So you extract a bunch when you get down to however much it is that's optimal for you to use recover at, which is 2/3 of your max health by the way. Then you use it and you can just keep doing that because you will get recovers on average faster than what you're expending them at. So you can have the fight go on forever if that's what you wanted to do. And yeah, that's not something that's currently viable now, not by a long shot. I'd have to, in order for that to be effective against fairies, I'd probably need a couple thousand health, which I'm not at, so that's not going to work. And as you can see on the description there, it says currently optimal at, and it tells you the value at which recover is currently optimal, so you don't have to manually figure it out. So, yeah, we've got quite a few spells here. Let's go back in there. And quite a bit of this game is sort of going to be going back and forth between different areas and fighting different types of enemies, because a big thing with this game is that everything helps you with everything else. Well, not everything else, but lots of things help you with lots of other things. So you're sort of going to be going back and forth between different areas, and it's like, well, I need this spell to help me with this enemy, but I want to fight that enemy because it gives me this spell which is helpful in this other place. So everything's sort of connected in that way. So my goal in here, right now, is to gather these healing spells. And what are healing spells good for? Well, healing spells are good for journeys away from the pier. And what are journeys away from the pier good for? At least for me right now, when I come across the Falcons. Experience. What's experience good for? Getting health. And what would having high health help me with? Fighting fairies. So it's all cyclical, and there's lots of like other like things like that. Right. So at the moment, heals and regenerates are going to be the most helpful spells that I can get. Oh, what am I doing? Not attacking, I should be running. So, of the 4 caves, I forgot to mention there's the 4th cave, which is all the way to the right. What's good about that cave is that you have a high chance of fighting robots. So if you want to specifically stock up on analyzers and repairs, you can do that there. I mean, you're not going to want to stock up on repairs in particular, but they're nice to have, and this fairy's probably going to kill me. Yeah. Yeah, you're probably not going to need to go and get repairs, but, you know, it's all part of the process, isn't it? Wolf, aha! Right. Let's try and analyse this. So, oh, come on. Just, yeah, it's, got no repairs, right. Yeah, just kill me. This isn't, oh, I'll try running. Actually, I could kill it maybe. It's not going to give me that much experience. I've used up 4 analyzers, so I don't want to save anyway. Nah, if I won that fight, I was going to just reload anyway, because I used up 4 analyzers on it. I was going to see if I could extract a new spell from it that you haven't seen yet. Quite a rare one. But I think what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to keep coming here for a little bit. Right, okay, and now run. So I'm mostly stocking up on heals and regenerate, so I'm getting a nice little pool of spells here, and my health is not too bad. I can usually, if I set myself to it, I can reach almost 1,000 health within an hour of playtime, which is not what I'm doing here, but that's fine because I've been focusing on getting the heals and regenerates and all that. Oh. So I think I'm just going to do this until the end of the episode. No, what am I doing? Should be running, shouldn't be attacking. Did I get anything from this fairy? I think I got a heal. Yeah, see, like if I used a heal, then it's going to kill me. So see, if I used a heal to give myself a buffer to help myself escape, then I think I only got one heal, so I don't think that would have been any help. Like I would have just broken even. Right, but see there, like I've extracted 3 spells already, like right from the start. So I'm thinking I want to try running a bit earlier this time because I've got more to lose. I want to create that larger buffer, which I didn't need, but you know, it's good to think about these things. So I am noticing that the timer, oh, see, like there, I got 3 of them. So yeah, that's going to be my plan. If I get 3 spells, I'll just run from there. So, yeah, the timer on my screen cap software says I've been at this for 57 minutes, but the game says 50 minutes. Now I know that there was a bit at the start. Oh, tell you what, let's try extracting from this eagle. I know there was a bit of time in between. You can get some strikes from eagles. Yeah, strikes are very common from eagles. It's got another spell that's quite rare as well, but I'm not going to bother trying. I got quite a few strikes there. I might have to use one. I might have left it a bit too... I think I'll be alright. I'm only 1 space away from the pier, so I'm safe. As long as I win. Yeah, so the timer in the game says it's, like now, just about 51 minutes. So there's a 7-minute difference between those two, and I know there wasn't much going on in between when I was just loading the game up and everything. At least not 7 minutes worth. Right, oh. Yeah, that's 3 spells, so let's run. So I'm doing well. The main thing I'm low on are those repairs and the analyzers. So there's another enemy near the start of the game which it benefits you to have a lot of health. And I think... No, I've got a bit of time. I think what I'll do is no, I won't go there yet. I'll go there next time. I'll just do this for now. Ah, yes, and as you can see on the right side of the screen there, effects, regenerating, so that there, it's greyed out because it's not in effect. It would be white if it was in effect. Whoa, 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 let's run. It would be white if it was in effect, but the fact that I've discovered regenerating, just as a concept, it's now highlighted. So, like as you can see on the left side, all these dashes, they're all spells I haven't discovered yet, and these dashes are effects I haven't discovered yet, and as time progresses and as I discover them, these spaces will fill in. Come on now. Not gonna make it. Oh well. Let's have one more round of this, and then I'll call it a day. I got quite a few heals there, so I'm on 16 heals, so that's good. I like that. I'm in a good position. Actually, let's go for a couple more rounds of this, I think, actually, and then I'll call it a day. Oh, eagle. Right, let's extract twice. Yeah, got another strike. Fine. I can kill it. As long as I don't come across another eagle on my way back, like on my few more steps back to the pier, I shall be fine. But if I do, I might have to use up a strike, or even like a drain or something. Do. Yeah, so my health is slowly going up as I'm doing this, because I'm fighting other stuff on the way back as well. By the way, this cave is very small. It's just a little circle with a pool of water in the middle there. And at the top of the cave there's an exit, which leads to that same place from before where the swamp was, just on the other side of the swamp. Right. If I can extract one more spell. Right, okay, let's run. Oh no. Oh, no, I should just attack it. I haven't spent much time doing anything, so I should be able to just kill it with regular attacks. I could analyse it to show you, but at this point in the game, it's a bit risky to try to do that, just for demonstrative purposes, but maybe later. But for now, just gotta take my word for it. Yeah, and they do not give you much health at all. No. Let's give it one more go. Oh, this will be the last one, I think. Fairy. So 3 spells or down to 400 health is when I'll start running. Of course, my 400 health barometer thing and my 3 spells barometer thing is entirely dependent on the fact that my max health is at 601. If I was at much higher health, I might want to raise that bar, because with the health at least, because actually with the spells as well, because there's more to lose. If you spend more time extracting, there's more to lose. Come on. Nah, did not work. Oh, of course the game time isn't going to say as much as the capture time, because so much of it has been game overs and being sent back. Oh, never mind. You don't need to correct me on that. I've eventually figured it out. Right, so save for no reason, and let's take stock at where we are and what the plan is moving forwards. So 601 health, that's decent. Spells, right, no repairs. I shall be getting more of those. I shall be getting more repairs and analyzers. At the moment I'm planning to go somewhere where I will be getting more repairs and analyzers. I'm going to do that for a bit, Heals, 18 heals is good. That means I can have like a good trek out away from the pier at some point if I want to at this point in the game. 12 strikes is good. It's a good buffer. It's a good safeguard to see that you've got plenty spells. 5 recovers. So at my current state, recover will be optimal at 401 health, which would recover me by 200, which means that a recover at the optimal time is better than a heal, but because recovers get better over time, it might be worth saving for later as opposed to using it now. But that's going to be the case for a lot of the game. Again, it's a short-term versus long-term thing. And 5 of those, that's good. 4 drains is decent, and 7 regenerates. So 7 regenerates and 18 heals is going to last me quite a bit. But yeah, that is going to be... stand here. That is going to be good. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.